What's going on, everyone? I just wanted to make this quick video to show you guys what I'm doing to gear up for Halloween in specific, but this can really be applied to any other holiday or trends, which is something I've been trying to focus on a lot more moving forward. So what I'm doing is essentially just trying to find kind of some of the untapped Halloween costume niches, or really just keywords I normally would not have thought of on my own. So essentially what I'm doing for this tactic is just go to Google and type in Halloween costumes. You guys will notice it's already in my search results, and I'm just choosing the first or second one that pops up. For example, this is just a Halloween costume website, and going to really any section on there. Now, obviously, we want to stay away from anything that's definitely going to be trademarked or copywritten, like Mr. Incredible. But what we're looking for are just kind of things that we wouldn't normally think to look for, that we could hopefully twist into a costume idea. So, for example, strongman, that's not something I normally would have thought of, but what I'm going to do is then go into that, take a look, grab the keyword here, and I've talked about it before, but this Google Chrome extension, it's free, super easy, merch research, and highlighting the word, and then click show all research, or show all merch. It's going to pull all the merch t-shirts for that keyword, or for that word we've highlighted. So strongman, obviously these are loading now. I'm noticing immediately that there's only about 250 results, which is cool. So you can see this is still a fairly untapped niche in my opinion. And then obviously I'm going to look at the BSR immediately, and I notice that with these, the BSRs are not incredible. They're decent. They're under 1.5 million. Again, general rule of thumb is 300,000 BSR is going to do about one shirt per day. So let's take a look. We'll pull the Jungle Scout results here really quick. Okay, so we can see, okay, for example, here's a perfect example. This one is at 300,000 BSR, and it's doing roughly 30 t-shirts a month. So the rest of these are closer to, a 1 million or 1.2 million. So they're still maybe doing one t-shirt a month in some cases, but this might not necessarily be an amazing niche, but it's still, something we can think about getting into, and just putting up a few designs, maybe something simple, and capturing that traffic there. So anyway, that one's not an amazing one. Let's keep looking. Okay, so we have like a Bumblebee. Again, something I wouldn't really have thought of Bumblebee to search for. It's funny, in merch, I feel like a lot of the t-shirts you design and the things you think about are really centered around like who you are and kind of things that you naturally think about in your head. So if you're not not in the world of bumblebees or like strongmen or anything like that, that's stuff that you're definitely not going to think about. So a lot of these different tactics are about going to places that are going to get our thought process kind of out of the box, so that we actually start thinking about different ways to do research and different kind of keywords and niches. And you'd be surprised. There's a lot out there where you're going to stumble across them and be shocked at them. For example, this one actually looks pretty good. So only 187 results for that keyword, Bumblebee, merch shirts. And we notice like the top one right here is doing it's under that 300,000. So this top shirt, which that design is, in my opinion, not amazing, is still doing almost a unit a day. This one here is 500,000. So we'll see, guys, like this is more along the lines of what we want to look into. We want to throw up maybe a few shirt designs in here. Stay away from something like this, Transformers, but you guys get the idea. So anyway, let's keep looking. Now, talking about Halloween specifically, obviously once we find the niche, we still need to spin it and make sure that we're phrasing it towards Halloween, if that's kind of the trend that we're trying to capture. But you guys might want to just create it into a Halloween shirt at first, and then you can always go back in after Halloween's over and tweak it to be more of an evergreen t-shirt. So again, we're just going to keep looking around in here. So disco is always popular, so we could even look at something like in the disco theme. Let's get a few more. Ferris Bueller, Flintstones. Okay. So, okay, disco is obviously a little bit more of a broad keyword here, but anyway, you guys get the idea. These are just kind of a few ways that you can kind of get that process jump started. Now, let's say we found one that we want to do. So let's say we wanted to do something centered around like that the bumblebee costume. The next thing I'm going to probably do is, or bumblebee t-shirt, is go into Merch Informer, and then I'm going to go over to Merch Hunter, and I'm going to type in bumblebee. So put our keyword back in here. Now, we've talked a little bit about this in some of the other videos, but first I'm going to look and filter by search results under 100,000 BSR just to see if there are any. I don't think there are. Okay, so it shows 0 results under 100,000. That's fine. So the next thing I'm going to do is filter by 100,000 and above, and then I like to do the top 1,000 results. And the reason I do that is because I want to see right here where it pulls the total results. It's going to tell me that there's 100. It's going to pretty much tell me the total amount if it's less than 1,000. So I can see immediately, okay, how many designs are there with this keyword on merch right now? So I can see there's only 112. It gives me average price information and the average BSR, which is 4 million for those 112 designs. And then it's going to show me all the breakdown. So obviously, again, we have some that we definitely want to steer clear of. Transformers. You know, you can see though, like the second one that's popping up here is a bee costume shirt. Cute Halloween costume honeybee, and that's like literally the simplest design. So if we could just find ways to improve upon these and spin them towards Halloween in some way. Again, guys, here's another one. Bee t-shirt, funny bumblebee costume shirt. So you guys can see what I'm talking about. You can either go in the direction of, you know, creating a design that's intended to be a costume, or in this case, even creating a few designs and centered around both costumes and also just maybe evergreen designs. Like this one is super simple. So that's kind of how I would start this process. Now, the next thing I would do, just to take it a step further, is then we have, so let's say we want to pursue one of these and make a design, you know, similar to something like this. So towards that costume kind of niche. So we have these ones right here. Then what I'm going to do is when I start to build out the listing itself. So let's say I've got my design made. I'm going to go ahead and start building out the listing. The other thing I love to do is just immediately use the keywords that are popping up in a few different places. The first one is in here, so in Merch Informer. Now we're already on this page, so you can check here for all the different keywords, and it's going to show you ranked which ones are the most popular and being used the most. So bee, gift, bumble, bees, and we want to make sure we incorporate all of those. So I'm going to get creative, put those into my actual listing, and then I'm also going to go over here. Now I like this one because, so this is the keyword finder, and this actually allows us to take an even deeper dive and capture the data that's also from Etsy and Cafe Press. So I'm going to put that same keyword in here, and we're just going to see if we get some different results from the other platforms, because we always want to incorporate that and try to obviously capture as much traffic as possible. So that's the next tactic. Then while that's loading, I'll take you guys over here. Now, if you do have Jungle Scout, which I've talked about, I also like to pull that. And when you pull that, there is, again, this is just the Google Chrome extension. So it was a one-time purchase for this. I can't even remember how much it is. But the nice thing about it is beyond the sales results and the rank and everything, it also will give you this little keyword icon down here. That's going to do something very similar to what Merch Informer does. But I just like to do as much as I can as far as research goes. So I'll just pop in here. Notice, you know, there's a few different ones. Honeybee, and then we're seeing a lot of the same ones. Costume, bumblebee. Now here at the bottom, we see we have the top keywords as well. So we can instantly utilize those too, guys. So now you can download this list as well from Jungle Scout, which is another kind of nice feature for that. So those are all the keywords. That's how I'm going to get all that stuff. And let's see. So this one finally loaded. So we're back in Merch Informer. Going fast for you guys. I just want to make sure that you don't get bored here and I get as much value in. So you can pause it if you need me to slow down. So anyway, if I go in here, I'm going to find there's a bunch of different keywords, and it's going to tell me the competition for these keywords. And so again, these are, like you guys will notice a lot of it's longer tail keywords, which is good to add into our listings as well and capture, again, more of that traffic. So the thing I always preach on is just doing the extra few steps or capturing the little bit extra that the other people aren't going to do. Now, if you already are like looking at YouTube videos and watching this stuff and learning tactics that other people are doing, that's already going to put you one step above. The next way to get a step ahead is to get the tools that are kind of allowing these people that are selling on merch to actually sell more t-shirts. So that's just kind of my 2 cents on that. And then, guys, the last place I'm going to check is two sites which I've talked about. Sonar. I'll put a link to all these kind of tools again down in the description. But Sonar, it's another free one, and again, I'm just going to put that in. And this one also just pulls more keywords for us. Now, a lot of these are not going to be as applicable. Bumblebee trap, maybe not. Bumblebee stickers. But bumblebee decorations, maybe we can incorporate that somehow. Or, let's see, bumblebee supplies, bumblebee baby clothes, who knows? So that's one way to do it. And then the other thing that I like in here is the extended. Let me go back to our main keyword here. But if I just do bumblebee on the extended search, it's going to pull up kind of the associated, one step further, the additional associated keywords. So party favors, again, it's like some of these are very indirect, but party favors, a lot of stuff you're going to see around Transformers. But if we can just squeeze out a few more keywords, long tail keywords in here, we might be able to capture some more traffic. And, I've actually never even noticed this, but the relevant products over here, I've never even seen that before. So, yeah, interesting. Anyway, guys, so that is pretty much it. I just wanted to show you what I'm starting to do to kind of think about Halloween designs and start getting those live and pushed up. And so let me know below what you guys are doing, how you're doing this research, if you thought this was helpful whatsoever. Again, trends are something I'm just starting to put some more energy and focus on. And so, of course, I wanted to share with you guys what I'm doing. So let me know down below. Obviously, smash the like, thumbs up button if you liked this. And everything I talked about is down below in the description as well, including Facebook group. Again, guys, join the Facebook group. I promise you we're going to continue pushing more and more content through there. And it's definitely going to keep getting more valuable for you guys. So with that being said, thanks for watching. We'll see you at the next video.